You guys ever toured together?
We with Hannah McEwen, yeah.
Nice.
Actually, there was for about 8-10 shows maybe.
It was
back
right
in
after the
99.
Raoul stuff.
Huh?
It was right after, during the Raoul, right in between his solo record and something else.
Yeah, Jamie came out and
I
it
filled
was
in miscellaneous guy. He played drums and bass and guitar.
Nice.
a couple of one of the guys had left our band and we were like just taking a break but somebody came up with some shows and we were like, oh man, can't turn that down. We called Jamie up and then we thought, well, what I thought. In particular, what a great opportunity! How much fun to have my boy out there. We had a blast, except for that show with a flying beer can.
it was up in
South Dakota.
Was it in South Dakota?
Yeah, we're doing like Baby's Got a
It was
Hold
one
on
of
Me or
those
something.
big things
It
that
was
you
a
buy
big
at the gas station.
It was a big plastic.
It was like one of those
beer mug.
64-ounce mugs that you'd fill up at like
Like the gulp and go thing.
Yeah.
the big gulp type
Right.
thing,
Yeah.
and hit him right here, and it just.
We were doing Will the Circle Being Broken. The irony of it is that I'm walking over to Jamie about midway through the set, and I'm going, Jamie, look out there, and you go, because he was he was doing his job. His focus was on the stage, and there was like a lot of that going on out there, and girls on their boyfriend's shoulders, so their boyfriends don't know that they're girlfriends, right? Somebody must have figured that out. Because in the middle of, and now when we went on, it was like dusk, and by the time we finished, it was dark. So you got spotlights, and you know what it's like. You can't see a thing. And through the corner of my eye, I see this like object, and I zigged instead of zagging.
Big gulps,
If I'd
huh?
gone here, I would have missed it, but it caught me right there. There's a little scar right there, still got it. Jamie walks over to me.
You're belting it out too. You got the.
I'm still playing, and I'm like, Jamie walks over to him. He goes, Dad, man, you should really.
You should tend to that.
You should tend to that.
We've got this.
We got this. So these guys kept
Bob?
playing, and I went, and this guy, we went backstage, and this EMT guy, he kind of put a butterfly thing on my face.
Slapped a piece of turkey on there and ran out.
It was
that
like
deli
a
tray?
prime
The skin
rib.
color.
We went back out and did an encore, man.
We
It was
did.
good. It was fun.
Probably just did. Yeah.
That's bitchin'.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's
That's great.
You guys ever tour together? You ever bring him out, or
Oh yeah, when he was little, he was out on the road all
back
the
when
time.
he was cute, you could parade him out there?
you know,
Yeah, and everybody with all the
I'd leave him at truck stops and stuff.
that did happen, but it was my fault. I like to go all the time. My mom would let me go because I would never was trouble. I'd never say anything, and I like to go because they had a Nintendo on the bus and we didn't have a Nintendo at home. So I was like,
he
I want to
would
go
sit
play
for
Duck
hours
Hunt.
and play. Oh, it was.
I want to go play Duck Hunt.
Yeah, he was on the road, gosh, early.
But then
on.
I
We were
would-
playing tons of dates back then too. We were going
Yeah.
all the time.
That's how I had to run into him.
Yeah.
No, the
it was-
road's a great place to bring your kid. Remember when we went to Alaska? That was
It was fun.
Oh yeah.
when Jamie was like, oh,
Well, I was 21.
wow. That was
Really?
We drove all the way from
We drove from Winnipeg. We
Alcan Highway.
yeah. It was before it was paved. Actually, it had just been paved. I had done
Part
it
of
back
it
in
was
the
paved,
old
and
days.
it got
Yeah.
funky, but it was great. And this film crew came with us, and it was pretty cool. We had a bunch of our kids on the bus, and it was.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
that's what a great.
We were flying around
experience
in bush planes up in.
I got sick.
I guess.
Yeah, that
No,
I can imagine.
I got
Yeah,
sick,
you
but I didn't
can.
get sick like the guy in front of me got sick, and that's when I
Yeah.
really got sick.
Yeah.
That's like out of a movie.
No, well, we had a video crew in the bush plane, right? So he's going, the sides open, and it's like, so he can get the bus going down
Flying
the
like
highway,
this,
right?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy in front of me starts going like, and the guy, another
It's like
guy
a
was
sound guy and a
really,
camera guy.
it was another guy was so kind to take off the liner of his jacket and tie up the sleeves and hand it to that guy, just like,
Here you go.
and I was like. By the time we landed on this we went to see this glacier. It was actually
Famous.
it was a copper mine.
Yeah.
It was closed down.
Kennecott or
Kennecott.
You probably
Kennecott.
landed on the glacier, didn't you?
Well,
We
close.
landed on a,
Close
we
to it.
landed on a landing strip
a
that was,
little
looked like
dirt-
something out of
yeah.
Miami Vice.
And I laid on the ground for about an hour. But that was a great experience, Alaska. Anyway,
Aside from that,
Yeah.
I was.
Puked for
I'll
4
tell you what, man.
days.
Those planes are no joke. I'm not a
I'm
flying
not a,
kind
nah,
of guy.
I don't think anybody here
And that's
loves
all
it.
you do up there. You have
Yeah,
to, you know.
no way to
so-
get
And there's no give. They're just.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
You know.
I took an extra bus out and took all my kids on tour with Brooks and Dunn for a summer. That was fun.
Oh,
They don't
yeah.
want to do it very often. They did it a few times and they like to come out in summers, and then after that it was like, I've seen your show.
Well, you know,
I would
Karen.
beg my
Karen,
mom.
my wife, used to come out early on. She'd come out and go. We'd be gone for like 3 or 4 weeks, and she'd go, "I'm going to come out," you know. So I go, "Yeah, come on." And you know, we'd have nannies and sitters for those guys if they weren't with us. And I'd always remember about 3 days in, she'd be like, "I think I'm going to catch a flight and
Yeah,
go back
this is
home."
dumb.
You know, I go, "All right," you know, tried to tell you, you
And
know.
I always begged her to let me go all the time, and she was like, "You can go because you're good out there, but you can never miss school." And I was like, "That's the whole point."
Right?
She goes, every other kids get to miss school, and then and then they don't end up where whatever, blah blah blah. She's like, "You got to go to school."
But
So
you
now-
were out there a bunch on
but-
the road.
but anytime there
playing
wasn't.
sound checks and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
playing with us at sound checks and all
Yeah.
that when he was real
Bugging
little,
people
you know.
about like what kind of Telecaster is that? What's that Strat you have? Or
wearing everybody out. you know.
definitely annoying people.
Guys, I think we got it. I want to thank y'all for coming. I
Yeah,
think that
man.
was-
That was-